Alright, so just like every morning when I get up and get back home, I scroll through and see what's going on, and pretty much videos that are something that pertain to my own interest I'll watch. Sometimes I'll watch dumb shit just to see what's going on and to laugh at idiots. Anyhow, Robert has a video, medical marijuana gun ownership. Does anybody have any updated information on this? So, if you go in and you start looking up medical marijuana and gun ownership, federally, it is illegal to own a firearm based on the fact that marijuana is a controlled substance by the feds. It's not legal federally. So that is where it falls. Right here, to purchase a firearm, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, ATF, requires a buyer to fill out Federal Form 4473. One of the questions asks, are you a unlawful user of or addicted to marijuana, any depressant, stimulant, narcotic drug, or other controlled substance? Okay, if you are in one of the states where marijuana has been legalized, either medically, recreationally, doesn't matter. Just because it's legal in your state, it is still illegal federally. It is still on the federal controlled substance ban. So, and that's what this talks. The use or possession of marijuana remains unlawful under federal law, regardless of whether it has been legalized or decriminalized for medical or medicinal or recreational purposes in the state where you reside. So, you're dealing with a double-edged sword. If you have a card, that card is in your records. It's part of your background check. And so it is one of those things where you're giving up your Second Amendment rights for weed. I remember when all this shit was going on, and we used to do a lot of lives. I remember talking about it. And I have a buddy that is screwed up. He got screwed up in the military, and a little bit of pot kind of helps him relax, and he can move around. And besides that, I was kind of thinking, I've never seen anybody that smokes weed really go out. They don't drive 200 miles an hour because they're all fucked up and nothing's going fast enough. Most potheads, you see them driving down the road, they're doing about 30 miles an hour. They got a Dr. Pepper and a bag of Doritos. They think they're doing 150 while they're pissing everybody off because things in their motion are on super speed, but that's just the way it is. I've never seen anybody that smokes pot really do anything to anybody else. And in Colorado, I voted to legalize it. That was before I knew all the shitbags it was going to drag in. The fucking heroin addicts, the fentanyl cocaine, fentanyl meth. It's fucked our state all up. We've got every asshole in the fucking world crawling out from under a rock. But that's a whole different fucking. I could go on a 5-day rant about that shit. But anyway, Robert, what it comes down to is federal law supersedes state law And so if you want to own a firearm, um, you can't if you have a card. And I'm not saying Robert has or wants to smoke weed and own guns. I don't know Robert's business. It ain't my business to know his business. This was a question asked, and so that's what I'm answering. Now, the question I have, if you have a card and you decide, wait a minute, my buddy sells fucking weed just down the street, I'll go buy my pot from him, fuck this card. If you get rid of that card, then what is the waiting period before you can legally own firearms? That would be the question I would have, because once you got this card, did you give up your Second Amendment for your life? That would be my question. It's all about, all of these little things are all about keeping people drunk, stoned, stupid. That way nobody's paying attention to what the hell's going on. Because if you're all caught up in your little fantasy world and you don't think shit matters, well, look at where we're at today. You have the unhinged left running over kids, but anytime anybody goes to a state capitol to do a gun protest, they get arrested. But Antifa can run around and fucking burn cities down. Oh, they're just misunderstood kids. Fuck that. The whole goddamn generation should have been a blowjob. We need a time machine to go back and instruct the importance of pulling out and swallowing. So anyhow, my rant is about ready to go into full flight, so hopefully that helps out a little bit. I'll probably just throw this search in the description, and then anybody that's interested, you can follow it from there. But yeah, if you have that medical card, recreational. Now the recreational part I do not know if you have to have anything. I don't know if there's a record of it. I don't know. I don't smoke that shit, so it doesn't affect me one way or the other. But anyhow, that is where that is at. It might be legal in the state. It's illegal federally. And so you gave up your Second Amendment rights to smoke weed. Oh, and if you have that card and you have the firearm and you are caught with it, I believe one of these articles I read said that it was a 5-year sentence and a $10,000 fine for illegal possession of a firearm. That's just for having the card. So there's that. All right, later.